Hello and welcome to another episode of ProtoMet Reviews. Today I'll be talking about this movie, Warning from Space. Now, me and my friend Brian, Tank, Kaiju Master, I think I'm repeating myself, watched this movie a few days ago, expecting it to be a giant monster movie. Just look at the cover. It's got a starfish monster and buildings being destroyed and fire and chaos, just utter chaos going on. Also, we thought it was a giant monster movie because it was a movie in a movie pack I picked up years ago, which was almost exclusively giant monster movies. Imagine our surprise to actually see the movie and realize it's not actually a giant monster movie, despite what the cover would indicate. Oops. So, instead of covering it for Kaiju Review, I'll just be covering it here. So, if it's not a giant monster movie, then what is it a movie about? Well, it's kind of got half the plot of the film Gorath or Armageddon, the Michael Bay one. Is there another one? I don't know. Anyway, so what's the plot? Well, the plot is that these starfish-looking aliens, who aren't nearly as big as the cover would indicate, try desperately to get in contact with the people of Earth because of some big meteor or planet or something that's on a collision course with Earth. But, unfortunately for them, humanity is absolutely terrified of what they look like, so they can't really get close enough to warn them. So, in order to sidestep this, one of their ranks, a lead scientist, offers herself up for a transmutation process which turns her into a human, albeit with alien abilities. And this allows her to interact with the humans, encounter a scientist guy who's working on some new energy which she has to destroy because, oh man, if you guys got this in your hands, this could if the wrong people got this in their hands, it could cause devastation. But anyway, so lady scientist is like, hey, there's this big planet thing coming for you, and we wanted to warn you earlier, but well, just look at what we look at. Like, you guys got terrified when we showed up before, so watch out, get ready, use like bombs or whatever. And then she goes back to her place, and then the rest of the movie is like, well, we got to deal with this giant planet heading towards us. Let's nuke the heck out of it. That doesn't work. And during all the chaos leading up to the rogue planet's arrival, the doctor who had come up with this high energy formula gets kidnapped by bad guys who don't actually believe that a giant planet is on its way. Stupid them. And they kidnap the doctor and try to hold him to try and convince him to give them the formula because, they're bad guys. And so they tie him up in a chair and just kind of leave him there for a good chunk of the movie. Geez, when the planet actually starts to get close and the planet basically becomes scorched earth, I wonder if those bad guys still think it's a fairy tale. Anyway, it gets pretty bad. Water on the planet begins boiling. Buildings begin crumbling. The aliens show up and it's like, hey, we're here to help you. Where's that one doctor guy who had that high energy thing? And then somebody's like, oh, he's been missing for like a month. Really, a month? Wow. That's a pretty long time. But anyway, he somehow gets out of his problem situation, reunites with the aliens, and they're like, give us that formula, we'll use it to destroy the planet. And so they make their weapon, they destroy the planet, and everybody's all happy and hunky-dory. It wasn't a terrible film, but it certainly wasn't a film me and Brian would consider actually doing for Kaiju Review, thus why I'm covering it. I didn't mind it. Brian had a bit of a hard time keeping track, mostly because he was just bored with it, so to each his own. But it's not a terrible film. A nice film to watch if you're if you just want an offbeat science fiction movie that's, half Armageddon / Gorath, which is a movie I'll probably cover on this show some other time. Not Armageddon, Gorath. That kind of got its own situation worth talking about, but I say, give it a shot. Give the film a shot. You might like it. This has been me, ProtoMet, signing out.